What's going on, everybody? This is Astinosis here, coming at you with another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. I'm joined today by my friends Jan the Thought and Mega Ham Slam. Say hi if you guys want.
What's up?
Hello, everybody.
So, doing a little something different today. I know I haven't really done too much of these, and I've received feedback that my RNA analysis was pretty decent, so we're going to go ahead and the three of us are going to talk about these updates that we just got. Nice and juicy. Josh and Glacy being nice and cheeky about the fact that they're not actually streaming this. So we're going to go ahead and we'll go ahead and move on. So we got some quality of life changes here. How many people are you allowed to... Like, I don't fully understand this update.
So it looks like you can multi-select up to 20 and then do whatever, unfollow, remove them, whatever you want.
Oh, this is the... Okay. Oh, I thought...
Yeah.
I understood this as the part where you invite people. Now, okay, I don't know why I correlated this to the friends list thing.
Because in a way, it kind of seems that way, because it says co-op / friends.
Yeah.
It really just needs to say friends alone. So
Yeah.
a bit of an oversight there.
But then it says at the very top, selected 20 out of 20, so that was the giveaway. If nothing else, I really just want to remove a bunch of the people from the last tab, because I keep that keeps getting up to max.
Yeah.
Yep.
Consistently have to.
I'd say this is a very welcome change, considering friend management has been a pain in the dick hole as of late. So, okay. All right, so that's
Very simple, but still very nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down with that. Like, I'm pumped. Oh, got a little ahead of ourselves. Free ability use visual indicator adjustment. Okay, so it's not animated, but that's, I guess, pulsing.
Yeah, so it'll probably not just glow green, but it'll pulse. So it's much more.
See, I don't understand the point of that. I mean, I guess that's cool visually, but I feel like that's kind of pointless.
Nah.
Think like what it does when our EXs are available, how the meter will pulsate towards us. I'm assuming that's what this means. The number will pulsate toward us.
Like drawing the attention of the player. Okay.
Yeah, don't forget your files and that kind of stuff. It's not
Basically screaming at you saying, hey, this is free, what are you waiting for? Use it.
Alright. I mean, another small change, I'm down with that, but it's like tomorrow night's gonna be a busy night after all, gents and ladies and whatever you choose to self-identify.
Boy, yes, indeed.
Yeah,
I like that.
Not
It's
expecting
finally here.
I like that graphic. Looks cool.
Yeah, I was not expecting content until Wednesday, honestly, but this is very welcome.
Yeah. Permanent.
I thought the FF7 Abyss, that would be like the new gold standard for Abyss. You'd get themed Abyss, and we wouldn't. But yeah, I guess they're bringing back the fully progressive normal Abyss, go deeper and deeper, and probably get more challenging as you get deeper into it.
Just so long as we don't have that same bullshit from Abyss Beta, like having to switch characters every single fight. Did not like. That was absolutely awful. My opinion.
If it is going to play out in any sort of way that the temporary Abyss event we got that involved the Final Fantasy VII characters, I don't think it's going to, because I know a lot of people like the way Abyss Beta played out, but I absolutely hated it. The consistent switching, the consistent everything. This code thing seems to do it for a various, one set, if you will. And if that's the case, then for me personally, is a welcome change.
Yeah, I did not like Abyss Beta. I the idea of these codes, I'm guessing these are field effects or effects that last through a battle. I am totally down for fights that are designed around that idea. It could be something like you're continuously taking poison damage throughout a fight, or let's say increase all fire damage done and taken, stuff like that. Like it could, give us double-edged field effects for some really interesting content, and then give us a progressive difficulty. Start off at 100, and work your way up to the 150, and then go up to the 180. And then
well, we can already tell you that it's going to start at Cosmos, because it says that. This initial release comes with 3 strata at Cosmos difficulty. So, There you go. Right. There's your starting point.
So that means books or pages, but no ingots, or nuggets, rather.
Well, it does say eventually that it's going to get heavier.
Well, for the time being. On initial release. Because I mean, I found that while I did enjoy the Final Fantasy VII Abyss, I mean, I have all the weapons, so that works for me still. But you know, if people are limited in their resources and they don't have all of the Final Fantasy VII characters, you see that being a bit problematic. So hopefully, I'm curious how they'll change that, because like, for example, Final Fantasy Tactics, they'll have to do it with a different game because we only have 2 characters. Can't do it with Chaos, really, or maybe.
This is all speculation amongst us all anyway at the moment. I mean, we're just basing it off of the one special event we got that was pretty centered around Final Fantasy VII, which, all right, let's all be real. We know why that happened. We know what's right around the corner.
No, there's nothing around the corner. What are you talking about?
Why don't you enlighten us?
Okay.
Well, it just so happens I forgot, so...
Wouldn't be.
I gotta say though, I like the cards. I'd like, that was the only thing about the Abyss I liked. It was a little restrictive maybe with being locked into Final Fantasy VII, but having to deal with those field effects were really cool. And I thought,
sorry.
I think they could make it more impactful. Like the ones we dealt with, was it like attack up and speed down or something like that? I honestly forget. Not really. It didn't really feel like it came into play that much, but I'd love to see again something more impactful down the line, like, you know, all fire damage taken up for both sides of the party, stuff like that.
I agree with that. Like, I don't honestly think, I could be wrong. Again, this is all currently speculation. I don't think the limiting it to just one franchise is going to be a normal thing. Again, I feel that was a special thing for the most recent one.
And we're about to find out.
Yeah, we are. It's going to be very, very soon as of this recording, so...
Alright, so we're not spending too much time on that, because I imagine I don't know how many slides we have to cover. I didn't finish going through them all. I was just like, you know what, let's do this live. Next up we have part 2 of the Spring Festival. I imagine that means more boards, choco boards. I like choco boards sometimes, except for the login rewards. Those are irritating.
I do not think we're getting more chocoboards, as the current one we have still lasts through the entirety of the spring campaign.
Goofy. Yeah. Starting April 1st, a new mission will be added every day until April 10th for a total of 10 missions. Oh, this is what you guys were... I overheard you guys talking about as I was coming up with this, with the tokens.
Get excited, folks!
Per day, which is pretty nice. It can be redeemed for one of those fancy EX weapons. Looks like here, based on this, the Spring EX token exchange lineup will match that of Dimensions End EX Power Token Exchange. So, if you had a chance to, you know, debate, or if you haven't picked up your other one, this will make your decision a little bit easier, because now you've got essentially 2 of them to deal with. Kind of nice. Pretty welcome change for most everybody, I would imagine.
This is definitely helpful for those free-to-play players that are struggling and need the weapons and stuff.
I love
that.
Sorry, my apologies. Go ahead.
Okay, my apologies as well. What I was getting ready to say was, this does not seem to be locked, obviously, to the Dimensions End. This is just a pickup thing. This is also a wonderful resource for newer players. This basically is about to guarantee newer players an EX of their choice from that shop, so long as they log in during the time frame. So this is a wonderful opportunity, you newer players, to get in and get an EX of your choosing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's for sure. That is definitely going to help a lot of people out. I mean, for me, it's just another Power Stone, or maybe I'll just hold on to it for a long time until they add more weapons to it. But guess we'll find out. And now moving on, we appear to have another co-op with fighting against the mannequins of Final Fantasy VII. You know, fuck Vincent as a mannequin, for real.
I already know probably why you're saying that.
Kate Sith mannequin's a pretty big pain in the ass, too, because they get that, you know, that utterly, absurdly broken heel that Kate Sith puts up.
True, and I really don't look forward to fighting them in Chaos, if that is a thing, because god damn.
I'm thinking it's these 3 in front of us. It's got to be it seems plausible. Would you not think so?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that means I'm bringing Lena, because
it means we're gonna get hit with those HP attacks from Sephiroth as well.
Lena is a viable option. Ignis is a viable option.
Ignis.
You have neither of them. You could take Yuna to remove it. There are options out there.
My Tuna is not 3 out of 3 though, so she struggles.
Mine is.
Yeah, I kind of regret. There's probably somebody that I should not have plussed and done it on her instead, but and no surprise here. More multi draws. I know there was somebody arguing we're not going to get any more multi draws. I'm like, really? They did say multi draws
No
for spring.
fun, you.
So 5 more.
5 more.
That's
wow.
That's nice. I mean, I'm so that means more than likely Vane's gonna have a pull banner, which is I guess Power Stone fodder for me.
It does actually explicitly say in the next slide, yeah, the first multi-draw in Vane's.
Spoilers.
I'm reading ahead. Sorry.
I'm curious what this. I'm guessing that's Mog, that white sticker, the whiteout sticker.
Yeah, probably an Easter sticker, I'm guessing.
7-day spring gem sale. No surprise there for all you whales out there. Anyway, moving on. I don't need you dickheads trolling me.
Yourself, but, it is what it is. I get it.
Okay, now Vane. I'm definitely getting that fucking costume. I know, Jen. You mentioned that you felt
look badass.
I know you mentioned it. You felt like it's kind of lackluster, but I like it.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm mixed on it.
I kind of like the look of it. That looks pretty good.
Now, I do kind of wish I had the ingots and such to plus him, but I mean, I guess we'll find out what happens when we get tomorrow's stuff to see what kind of rewards we get. But I'm kind of curious how you guys feel. Ham, I'll let you share your thoughts about Pestle in a sec, but how do you guys feel about Vane?
Yeah, I'll be purpling him for sure. He's a lot of fun to play. Is really what comes down to it. I just enjoy playing his kit. You have to pay attention to his buffs for sure, and he has a very specific rotation in that regard.
Right.
I don't even really want to say rotation because it's not quite the thing. It's just really watching one buff, but I don't know. It's very rewarding if you do it right, though. Like especially when his EX charges right when you need to refresh Conqueror's. I forget the name of the buff, but the 2-turn buff. It's always rewarding though when the EX comes up right in time.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I saw somebody told me that they were just going to 2 out of 3 him, and I'm like, whoa, why? Why would you do that? And I think it was because they were under the impression that really all Vane needs is to start the fight with those buffs up. And I pointed out, like, no, you're sacrificing a rebreak, you're sacrificing more potency, and you're sacrificing more overflow. Like, DPS is, I know we keep telling people, but DPSs definitely need that 3 out of 3 treatment. To be fair, I have, plussed somebody, like, for example, I used a book on Sephiroth because I needed an ingot. But I also don't really use him yet. I'll probably use him if I luck sack his burst or something. Anyway, what about, I know Ham Slam's ready for this one. How about Pestle?
I can go nuts now? Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, and a million times yes. While the rest of the world is going to be happily taking Vane and going nuts, I'm going to be the odd man out, and Cecil Paladin is getting his rework, and he gets, like, really, really good. He gains AoE, like, damage. He gains a lot of... his buffs get better. He gains a new one, courtesy of the realization, that actually buffs up the attack and brave of the party even more. And he just gets better overall. He can become a very self-sufficient character in the right hands. And I just like the guy in general, so I'm really looking forward to him. I cannot wait.
He's also got that holy enchant aura at C65. It's pretty good. Anytime you can get that party enchant, even off of a C65 ability, it's always nice because it allows you to drastically turn a battle with Imperil, and when he has Imperil up, and then you do the enchant on top of that.
And if you actually fully build him up, you can Imperil from the get-go, as he will start his quests with his EX fully charged. And they come with the Imperil, so yeah, go nuts.
I definitely want to plus him and purple him. I have other priorities first, such as, the upcoming person on this list. But one of the things I did appreciate was using him with this upcoming person and basically taking no brave damage because of their stacking defensive buffs.
Well,
Yeah, I
the
remember
upcoming
messing with
person.
What?
My apologies. I just remember we were messing with that.
that's
It
fine.
was like and we were I forgot how long ago it was, but when we would take 1 brave damage, that was
Yeah, it was great. It was fucking incredible. I do kind of want to try that again. And speaking of the upcoming person, we have, this is where I'm gonna go fucking nuts, that waifu Beatrix.
People have been begging for this babe's return for a long time. Folks, our wait is over. She is back.
Hell yeah, and the best part for me is that she completes Team Titties. That is until Jill Nabat is announced for the Global Third. And that's not actually a thing, that's just my running theory, because so far the precedent is that we get big titty, non-player NPCs. So take it with what you will, you know, take it with a grain of salt. That's just my theory.
Shaking my head on this one.
What's that?
I'm sorry, I was just laughing. I was laughing at your enthusiasm for the women, but you know.
I mean,
I get you.
it's true. That's what it looks
You
like.
can't help it.
And I do appreciate that she's back too, because I still need those perfect arts. I am so close to perfecting her. Now, given her rework and what she does, what are your guys' thoughts on her perfect arts? I know previously we definitely said that because the C50 is party, that was priority. Now, I am inclined to still stick to that, but given how high her potencies are and how much overflow she gets, are you guys thinking Embrave or attack? Or maybe even a combination of both, depending on your team makeup?
Probably
Well, for me personally, I never could get her CS 50s for the life of me. I was living off of 108 200s, 108 230s. So I might benefit from that depending on how things work out. But you cannot deny the effectiveness of her aura. So it's a, you know, whatever works, I suppose.
Probably a combination of both, but in the long run, generally speaking, attack arts generally will carry you longer. I mean, defense tends to be defense and brave reduction tends to be the bigger chokehold on your damage rather than your ability to stock brave. Especially as every time you hit power creep, you know, it's always defense that holds you back.
Yeah, that's
I think
true.
we can all agree that as long as she has attack, as long as you got something else that's at least decent, whether you decide it's Embrave or the CS50 or whatever else you like, as long as it's something useful to her kit, as long as you got the attack, you're golden.
I like that they got those Steiner. They got Steiner stickers though. I kind of looking
I was gonna make a joke about ignoring that and moving on, because fuck that guy. Speaking of which,
I think he'll make good stickers. Like I don't know. I think the best stickers in this game are people who are what I would call caricatures. Like Kefka makes a great sticker, truth be told, because even though I'm not really that crazy about the character,
that is true.
you know, the way you draw that clown's face, like there's so many different ways you can animate it, and those often make the best stickers than some of the generic characters.
Also on the note of Steiner, if you guys hate him as much as I do, I'm going to put in a little plug here. Watch Rabtoons episode 9, and you get to see Steiner get plugged by Beatrix.
I didn't know that.
It's right at the end. It's the best.
By the way, we should point out that this one clearly says that the Beatrix banner is indeed one of the free first multi-journeys.
Awesome.
So it looks like out of the 5, it's gonna be one for both of the LCs and one for each event. It looks like, and then along with the spring banner. So it now actually will only get one free banner. Wait, no, I'm not forgetting.
I think you just said that wrong, sir. Because if you look down on our next slide, it would seem we have a mission dungeon coming up.
Yeah. Burrow of the Phoenix. So this is that Phoenix cave that's listed on the forecast. I was always wondering, I'm like, when are we going to get this? So I'm going to go ahead and place my bet that this is going to be the selfie banner.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was in JP, so
Oh,
think
okay.
it goes
I didn't-
without saying that.
I didn't actually know
Allow
that.
me to go ahead and verify
Oh.
that is the case by
Yeah.
reading a little further down.
Yeah,
This
you're
event
right.
will also have a rework for Selfie and will be accompanied by 2 draw banners, each with a free first multi-draw.
Now I'm curious who the other pluses are going to be. Like, will they do a rerun of Noctis again? And will it be exactly the same as what we saw last time? Or what Japan saw, rather? Or will we get something unique like we did with, like recently, where we got Noctis pushed up with Arnea?
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I'm actually a bit surprised they brought this. I was a bit under the impression that the Abyss would sort of replace mission dungeons, because JP has yet to see what Abyss is like. It's completely a GL only experience.
Oh, you're right.
Well, do you remember how we were just knocking the Abyss beta? If I'm reading this right, this is actually fairly similar to Abyss beta.
That's why I was convinced we would never see mission dungeons. I always thought that was kind of a test design. But yeah, if you guys aren't familiar, JP's mission dungeons play very similarly to Abyss. You often have to require very specific parties. It's a little less restrictive from my understanding. I think like a lot of times it's like clear with 3 blue characters or something like that, rather than 3.
It's mentioning crystals here, so that totally matches what you're saying.
Yeah, I think that's just the only requirement. So a little less restrictive, but I always thought that was this is kind of the test design for Abyss, and we would never see this. So it's kind of nice to see this. More content's always welcome. That means more gems.
You're darn right. More content is good content.
I mean, this is a very expensive month for me regarding ingots and such, so...
More on that in a minute.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Okay. Dimensions End, Entropy Tier 9! Yee!
This is a little earlier in the month than I expected. I did not think...
Oh shit, April 9th, yeah.
Yeah, I did not think... I don't know, I predicted like the 3rd week of April, but it's here. And if you guys aren't familiar, this one's just like a boss rush. It's 3 waves. They're all really hard. And yeah, there's not a really specific mechanic you got to take advantage of. It's just 3 really hard waves.
Yeah,
Aggressive group brave plus aggressive group brave plus HP attacks. I could think of one person useful here.
Beatrix is very good in this one. I've seen a handful of mini clears because she can just she has an ability that allows her to nullify all HP damage taken by the party for 1 turn.
Right.
That's a pretty awesome component of her rework. I've also got on good word that twins are very good in here, obviously, because every wave is multi-target, so twins excel in this. As Yuri's very good in this as well. This is probably where I put Aranea. This is where I decide this is too hard of a tier. I'm just not gonna mess with trying to do anything fancy.
That was gonna be my next question for you guys. Like for me, I'm planning to bust out Aranea, my boy Edgar himself, and also Beatrix.
I was probably gonna
do. In the interest of full disclosure, I am obviously not this far yet, but I could totally see anybody wanting to park Aranea here, just based off overhearing what you guys are saying.
Yep. So the first wave is a Berserker armor flanked by 2 Death Riders, like the little horses of death that like just randomly 1 HP attack you. And then
talking about Porum's boss.
Yeah, it's 2 of those Death Riders. And
okay.
Queen is a Berserker armor like Vanille's boss.
Right.
And then the second wave I think is the Iron Giant, or Iron Worm and a Frost Giant. They also spam HP attacks. Obviously, the worm does.
Right.
Doesn't care. And then the last wave, I think, is a Phantom Mail and an Ultima weapon. I want to say. I don't know. I could be wrong on that last wave, but it's all multi-target. They're all really tanky bosses. Take about equal amount of time on each. But besides the defense down gimmick, there's not really a particular thing that wins you here. You just need a good party with a lot of good AOE damage, and the ability to nullify damage or heal through it.
Yeah, and to that point, that's why I feel like I want to bring Beatrix, Edgar, and Aranea, because they got debuffs. I can't remember if Edgar does a defense down, but I also like the sap. Sap is legit, and he also puts that framed debuff on everything, like at the start, and that pretty much never runs out.
Yeah, that's a really good frame debuff. It increases all brave damage taken by by anything that's got that debuff. So very useful, infinitely useful on almost any comp. Uh, Similar to RNA, and actually it would stack with RNA's
The
Fire
crit.
Crusher.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking forward to. Okay, now let's move on because we can obviously get in the weeds with this. Act 2, Chapter 8. Yeet. What is going to happen to Butts? Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what is this? Layout's funny.
I've been looking forward to this story, especially after Chapter 7. I don't know, anybody else thought that Chapter 7 was really, really good?
And which brings me to the next point. We have General Motherfucking Leo in the Heezy.
A lot of hype for this character. A lot of hype.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing for me, I mean, now that I've seen all these updates and all the extra content that we are going to get this month, I feel like I might be safe to be able to purple him and hopefully Galuf together at the same time. Although, unfortunately, if I had to choose between one or the other, I'd probably choose Galuf first. Just for the simple fact that, you know, having more tanks is always a good thing. But, you know, I love Leo, and we barely got to enjoy him in Final Fantasy VI because that fucker Kefka. But yeah, I'm definitely hyped for this. I'm not really sure what chaos or entropy I would want to use him at currently. I guess it depends. I don't know. What do you guys think?
So I've been told several times actually that if you really want to cheese, if you want to cheese DE9, Galuf is apparently a very strong person to build around. For DE9, he's just really good.
But he lacks cheese.
I agree with you. I think Galuf is the better pull between the two. I know that a lot of people love Leo as a favorite, but if I really had to choose between one or the other, I would take Galuf without a doubt.
Yeah, and as I mentioned to you guys earlier, I'm considering finding somebody who would be willing to do a pool challenge or pool battle, whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't know who would take me up on that. I guess I'll have to ping some people. And it looks like it also, of course, comes with a story co-op. So that'll be nice to get. Shit, I think my Galuf has like no arts on him whatsoever.
Yeah, he's mine. I got nothing on him either. I'm curious. They got Siege on the Flying Fortress. I thought it was going to be the Demon Wall co-op, but we'll see. I don't know. I kind of wanted to fight Demon Wall in co-op. That might just be the story co-op node, and then this might be the co-op.
Oh yeah, you're right. Like, is the final boss of the chapter of the Demon Wall?
Well, I guess we're gonna get into that spoiler territory. Yeah, yes, the chaos. So, well, he's not the final boss. He's actually not the story boss, but he is the chaos boss.
Right.
You know what I mean? I won't spoil who the final boss of Chapter 8 is from the story perspective, but they decided not to put it on that.
I see.
The chaos node on Demon Wall, which is a pretty fun fight. I'm excited for that one. I love that design. It's a sweet looking boss.
I also really like that they're, of course, keeping up with the. I mean, we already know this is going to be a thing, but as far as the co-op for the Cosmos and the Chaos, that really helps newer players out. Speaking of which, if you guys are struggling, got my Discord ID around here. By all means, ping me, and I can help carry you through Chaos if you need it. We got a bunch of people, great people in my Discord that are adept at this game, and we're willing to help out. So keep that in mind. And that being said, everybody's favorite bunny thought.
I'm pulling on this. I'm kind of all in on anything Evil East related. That's including Vayne this month and her as well. Definitely looking forward to this banner. I have been for a while though.
Oh, no doubt. I'm a little scared that I won't have the resources for her, but I'll figure it out somehow. And yeah, and this is obviously one of the purples that I was talking about, because I got so many that I want to purple this time around. I don't think Steiner is going to get more than my free pull and maybe my usual 20 tickets. That'll be the one EX weapon that I let go, because fuck that guy. But yeah, and also I love that I already have perfect arts for her, so she is absolutely ready to fuck shit up.
Yeah, I boarded her fully. I was like, I'm not gonna wait to actually board her that night. I just want to tackle that LCE, just get straight to Chaos and
oh yeah,
run through all the content with her. She's a lot of fun.
And then Ash gets featured with her too, doesn't she? Like she gets her EX Plus and rework.
That's correct. She does.
Last I checked, yes.
How do you guys feel about her? Are you planning on plussing her? I figure I do want to eventually. I do know that she is useful with her realization, but she's not a priority for me personally.
Yeah, in the interest of full disclosure, after Beatrix, as much as it pains me to say so, I pretty much have to ignore everybody else. And I hate saying that. That means I gotta pass on the awesomeness of Gallop. I have to pass on the awesomeness of Leo. And I've got my reasons for that, and should we ever do a video in the future, I can explain myself at that time.
That's fair. I mean, at the very least, though, you do have those free pulls, so hopefully you get some Lux X.
Oh yeah, Lux Stacks would be wonderful, but lack of resources will probably prevent me from doing much with them.
That's fair.
So it looks like Fran will not get a loss. I don't think she'll get a free pull. So it looks like the free pull is just front weighted on.
Oh, you're right. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I believe it ended with the quote unquote Phoenix Cave.
Yeah, looks like it.
Well, that sucks. With that being said, she's featured on. Gee, I wonder who that is. It must be the evil giving tree and his gay lover.
I have no idea. I cannot tell.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm perplexed. You know, like who else in the game looks like that? You know, there's so many people that look weird like that.
Admittedly, I've seen people could mix up this guy or girl and Golbez, which I'm like, how? They're not even the same color. But,
the silhouette, maybe, but no. Yeah, you're right. It's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, and their helmets aren't even different, or aren't the same. Excuse me. I don't know.
He's an interesting pull. I don't think I'll be pulling for him, but the kit is strong on paper. I am curious to know what his Japanese version is going to get with the Lost Chapter coming up this month, though.
Oh, you're right.
I feel like given how his kit is currently designed, I don't see how much worse he can get. Like I don't know that the ability to do gravity damage, like the way he does, he can just nullify any amount of Embrave. He really just doesn't care. Right.
I feel like because I don't see a lot of videos of players using him, and it makes me wonder if it's because I remember hearing that he doesn't really break, or if ever.
He doesn't break, but so the way it works is he does gravity. He does gravity percent damage first, and then after that he takes away Brave based on the amount of attack that he has. That can kind of keep scaling. So if you just put a bunch of attack auras in the party with him, he'll just steal more and more Brave.
Right.
But because it's always based off of his, it's like Pinello. It's Pinello's intercession is based off of high Brave.
Okay.
All of his Brave stolen is based off of his attack, and because of that, he ignores the defense. The resistances and defense is not really an issue for him. He can just get around that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well.
Very useful in a couple of the upcoming Ultimate Summon banners that we're going to be getting, particularly by one named Alexander.
Right.
Very useful there. Very useful in a lot of other content where high end Brave is a big problem.
So basically, along the lines of with how you described so eloquently, Pinello's intercession as a big middle finger to chaos defense shit.
Yeah, pretty much. And Exdeath kind of does that too. He just does gravity damage and it steals Brave based off of that. He doesn't break, but you know you're gonna have at least one or two other people in the party that should be able to.
Right.
On that note, actually, he pairs up really well with Gallop, his rival, which is funny.
Right.
Gallop does one thing that's really nice about him. He's got that very high attack aura for a tank. And
yeah.
That too. It actually works out really well.
That's part of why I want him. And then on the note of streaming, it looks like we have a tentative date of April 27th. So I imagine that's just a matter of whether or not we're back at work and at our normally scheduled lives. Speaking of which, hope you guys are all staying safe. But I keep hearing that this is likely going to last at least until sometime in May. So I guess we'll find out.
I'm hearing too.
Well, the CDC did extend their guidelines up until April 30th. Who knows? I mean,
yeah.
I don't mind. It doesn't really bother me when we're not getting this in stream format. Better safe than sorry is my take on it.
Yes, of course.
I'm gonna digest the information exactly the same. Whether or not I
pretty
see it
much.
on video or on slide, so it really doesn't matter much to me.
In a way, really the only thing I like about the stream is the fact that we get stream rewards, which kind of sucks that we're missing out this time around. Well, as we know, like that's an assumption, obviously. Like they have not, to my knowledge, announced whether or not they're gonna just give us something because we can't actually do co-ops. Because I look forward to those as extra tickets, gems, all that good shit. But yeah, that being said, I kind of like this format too because I don't have to wait for slow ass co-ops and people being dumb on stream to like see what I want to see. But get it.
I will say this much: I'll miss their face. I mean,
That is true.
That we won't get to see them, but
Yeah, they
they're
are.
always fun and entertaining to watch. But at this point, better safe than sorry.
I especially like how Glacy rolls her eyes at Josh.
Oh yeah, I know. That's always the best part about it, when the judgmental eye roll,
Mm-hmm. All right, well, it looks like that's the entirety of what would have been streamed. So, hope everybody enjoyed. You guys have any last-minute thoughts that you want to get out before this cut?
No, I mean, I'm looking forward to this month. I went lean on last month, and we'll go a little bit more on spending some ingots this month that I've stashed up. So I'm excited.
I only have one thing to say: Cecil Paladin. That's it.
Yeet. All right, everyone, thanks for joining us. Signing off.